Hello out there in Rando Land. It is that time once again for the ALTTP Randomizer Tournament. I'm Neon Tiger, and I'm joined by both my cat and JP. How you doing tonight, JP?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing all right, and we've got ourselves a match here between jmeasher and prdwong. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. It is going to be 80 keys with boots is the game mode here for this group F matchup. And real importantly, jmeasher looking for a win here. Trying to keep that record pretty strong in this group. It's still pretty open for everyone, but don't want to fall to 1 and 3 if you can afford it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this group's got quite a bit to play out in this last weekend. So yeah, the group stage ends on Sunday, so we're gonna see a lot from this group.
I've got to get a lot of matches in, and it's not uncommon really to see this stuff happen, like the weekends being really busy because people got jobs and stuff. So yeah, we're off. Got a sanctuary start. Ooh, the shovel for jmeasher. prdwong starting at Link's house and just getting some rupees.
It looks like prdwong's gonna head over to Saha's hut to start. jmeasher going for the bonk rocks. As you can see, both runners are starting with boots as usual. Oh, that's a nice dig.
Very nice. Yeah, small key. Thieves down key.
Green Pendant Eastern Palace. Good to know. Usually with 80 keys, at least for me, I do not like to check too much in terms of dungeons, because you gotta do them all anyway. But Castle Tower keys start early. But I do like to know what my red crystals and my green pendant is.
Yeah, it's just good to have that info early so you can kind of plan your route a little bit easier, make it a little more efficient maybe. Even if you have to do all the dungeons, you just still want to do them in the most sensible route.
See a compass at the lumberjack, so I'm not gonna need to clear Aga 1 for that.
Nope.
We will be doing Aga 1 at some point. It's just a matter of when.
Yep, whenever it makes sense for the routing is going to be the answer to that question.
The heart container in the woods. In the drop down, we see another heart container. Oh, nice. I think when I saw jmeasher, I had seen that too, but tier 1 tree pool was red rupees.
Yes, indeed. And just to kind of give a very quick recap of this group is prdwong, Tito's 288, Chimo, and jmeasher. So a pretty stacked group here for Group F.
Got blind set coming up here. Another heart container. Some nice health early. And a hammer.
Very nice. Of course, the hammer is going to open up a couple of dungeons later on that we have to go to. So one of those gotta have items that you're very happy to find right off the bat.
Yeah. Health is nice early, but I also find that if you get too much health early, it kind of hurts you a little bit, especially if you don't have a mirror.
Yeah, because it takes a long time to get those death warps going. There's the flute in the well. And the mood pearl.
I'm gonna get a glove and cack and just open up the worlds.
Skullwood's big key. Half magic. Small key to Mr. Meyer. Half magic not needed. But I don't think you're going to see anyone say no thanks to that.
Nice return of investment from the bottle vendor.
And of course, we are acquiring the avian transportation.
Got both forms of movement right away.
Just a little bit of money there in the little bomb area. What's in the back of the tavern?
That was another 300 pack.
Ooh, yes.
I think you probably see both runners go by. Nope, jmeasher's okay with one bomb for now.
You know, prdwong going in to pick up an extra 10. There's a small key there, so we are going to bonk that. We're going to see that is the key to Dark Palace. That's very useful.
Jmeasher gonna peek at the ledge, and just a red rupee. Not gonna bother with that. But got one extra stop with that shovel.
And of course, as always here, name of the game is efficiency. So you want to get your checks in, you want to get your high item density checks in, I should say. And also, you kind of want to, if you can get some of these locations, Thieves Town big key for jmeasher. If you can get some of these locations that are sometimes hard to get to when you're routing out of the way early, it may make things a little bit easier in the later run if you're looking for one item go mode.
So, Thieves Town is looking like it's gonna have something early because we already got the small key, big key, and the hammer.
Yep, indeed, that's a good eye there, JP.
We got another key in the dam in the moat area. Another key to pod. Headed for mini Moldorm Cave. Gonna be a little rougher with the hammer, but should be more than manageable.
Yeah, tiny hitboxes on those mini Moldorms is going to make this a little difficult, but not impossible, because you do get them killed in one shot here. And these two longtime veterans of the ALTTP randomizer race community, they've been around many, many tournaments before, so you kind of would expect them to know how to handle it. Nice palace, small key. Some arrows. Piece of heart, some blue goo. Hey, there's a sword.
As a runner, when you have boots, you're always happy to see a sword.
Makes things so much easier. Even if it's just a level 1 sword right now.
So I'm kind of wondering if we're going to see the glove, if we're going to see a hook shot, a mirror. What's going to give us access to some more stuff here? I think jmeasher's going to go for the Zora area. Completely out of logic right now, but with a Moon Pearl, with boots, with a water walk, you can get everything up here.
Yeah, why not? And of course, jmeasher, for those who are wondering about the music, jmeasher rocking out with the Messenger soundtrack tonight. Great soundtrack, great game. Highly recommended.
So in logic, we've got the front of Hyrule Castle and the Uncle. We've seen it, and we've got Eastern Palace. We haven't seen yet.
Ooh, there's a bow there at the hobo.
Now the question is, how deep is that eastern big key, especially considering its dependence?
Just the shield on the Lake Hylia Island there.
Never picking that. Oh. jmeasher got the heart refill.
Oh. That was unfortunate. Of course, knocks him out of the water walk state, and he's got to. Well, it doesn't walk him out of the water walk state, but it makes him go back into the swim animation. So he had to go back out and come back in. Just a piece of heart there on the Zora ledge.
That's a little bit of a relief because you don't have to worry about getting that right now or having to come back here ever.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about setting up a splash delete for that. And just some bombs there on Zora. Of course, jmeasher not going to check that chest, find that 20 rupees in there, and get a little bit of the money back that just got scammed out of by the King Zora.
Quick check Sick Kid with that bottle we found in the mini Moldorm cave. There's our door for Dark World access.
There we go.
Yeah, like I said, with that Thieves Town small and big, I am thinking Thieves Town pretty early here.
I would think so. I think that's a smart call, JP. Especially because you already, you have Dark World access. I mean, it's completable. Even if it doesn't turn out that you have anything in there, it's probably just, smart to get it out of the way now.
I might also go look in Skullwoods while I'm here. Probably would because it's Beast Sanity. At least I have that big key. But no, jmeasher's deciding he just wants to go straight for Thieves Town. That's a third pod key we've seen. We have a bow as well, though that bow's not in logic yet.
Right. But one would think if the flippers pop up here, then maybe we just got it a little bit early. That's the fourth keyed pod, so I'm starting to wonder if we're going to see flippers show up here in one of these chests.
Or silvers.
That could be the case, yeah. So if it's silvers, that would also put pod into logic here.
And prdwong not too far behind to give him this blow. Both runners with Dark World access.
Yeah, we'll probably see them both in Thieves Town here, I would assume.
Looks like prdwong is more interested in a couple checks in the mountain.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they'll show. That can of burn up. Not required for anything, but hey, why not?
It could be technically logically,
Yeah.
but I think for the runners, it's just more like,
Right.
okay.
That's true. And prdwong successfully rescuing the old man out of the dark cave.
As I say that, I actually would love to have Burna for this room right here, especially with the lag changes, but jmeasher doesn't even really need it. Well, see, I might have actually pulled it out there. That's just me, though.
Yeah, old man check didn't really turn out anything. There's a heart container there. It's not the Sank heart, but the heart container nonetheless. So far nothing really too big here. We did find that pod small key, but that's about it so far. And the ice palace small key.
Yeah, I'm a little more interested to see these next few checks, because these are the ones locked behind the big key and the small key.
Right, there might be something hanging out here.
I mean, actually, the cell's only the big key lock, but yeah, blind and the big chest are both locked like that. jmeasher's gonna go check the big chest first. No, not that.
Hooray. It's the Compass of Skull Woods. It's been here the whole time.
prdwong gonna give us our first look at the back of Escape. It's a potion and it's GT small out of it.
Yep. And of course, the blind fight here. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but if you don't, it is a scripted fight. As long as you go in on that first time and don't die. Yeah, so super easy. You just stick to the top, and there's a map of Hyrule Castle, and a pendant.
Okay, so a little bit of a red herring with those keys, but you did need to clear it anyway. So, well, prdwong find some powder. Oh, we've got both Castle Tower small keys early.
Interesting.
And we also got the Boots 20, for what it's worth.
Ooh, big key. Swamp Palace, big key. Now in jmeasher's inventory. That's the word I was looking for. It's late. Ooh, I think that was a bottle.
Yeah, and prdwong's not interested. Which makes sense, he's already got two.
Right, I think it looked like an empty bottle too, so...
Yeah.
Even less interested. Nothing good there. And a digging game map.
Yeah, and since this, like, as I said earlier, since this is not like this is all dungeons and not like it's normal 7-7, runners, if they don't have to pick up a map, they're not going to. There's no point.
Ooh,
okay.
Stumpy, you have not let us down. You have done something good. Thank you.
There's Eastern Death Mountain and a lot of mirror checks around the world.
Yep, starting right here at the K45. Big key hanging out. Ooh, Desert Palace, big key.
That's going to be required.
Yep. Catfish has got a secret too. And for those wondering about the all dungeons part of the game mode, Ganon cannot be defeated. He's not going to be vulnerable until all of the other bosses are killed. So that is where all dungeons comes from. And that includes Act 1 and 2.
prdwong going to take that powder you got out of Hype Cave, check it right away.
Powder bat, what do you have for us today? 10 arrows.
So for jmeasher, I expect him to continue following this route and go check Pod right now. I mean, you can easily combo Pod Eastern. You got 4 keys to Pod. So there's a very good chance you're going to pull something out of there.
Yeah, it could be a double dip pod. It might be a situation where even though we've got the bow out of logic, the logic play might still be going into pod once, getting something, dipping out, and going back again.
jmeasher hasn't checked Saha, so I'm going to do that really quickly. You know, prdwong going to give us that Skullwood check.
I was gonna say, of course, we could be JP. We could be living on the dumbest timeline, which is that we very quickly find that Eastern's got one of the. We know Eastern's got green. We know Thieves Town was within logic, and it had red pendant, blue pendant somewhere else, and then suddenly you're like, oh yeah. Head has something.
You are right. Depending on what that third pendant is.
Right. If it's at like Hera or something like that, and you're just like, oh hey, the flippers are on the ped. That's the logic.
Yep.
Hey, it's the book. Literacy.
Anyway, prdwong's side, he's found the Swamp Small in he's found Swamp Small in Skull Woods. We are just a flipper's find away from having swamp access at this point between these runners. There's the fourth bottle already. We've seen all four.
Another small key.
prdwong routing this nicely to make sure he doesn't get locked in the back of Skull Woods. Surprised he didn't check the big chests right away.
Second sword. Key for prdwong to Misery Mire.
Waiting for the elevator.
Going up.
Oh, I wonder if prdwong forgot he's got. I just remembered.
Nicely done with the bomb jump. Fortunately, only finding a little bit of rupee there.
So now we're getting some of the out of logic checks in pod. Without a fire rod or a lamp, you can't do this. Oh, this is out of logic. So you can do it. It's just not logic.
Oh, okay. Well, we found the flippers. That's good news. That does confirm, I guess, that there is some sort of combustion generator that we should have.
Yep. Either bow or not. Either lamp or fire rod.
Yep. Which tells me as well, correct me if I'm wrong here, that if we don't find a fire source, which I don't think we can find a fire, I don't think we should find a fire source here in the remainder of pod, at least not the one that we're supposed to find. This big 50 right there. That this may have been a double dip. Maybe you were supposed to go out with the flippers, get the bow, and come back in.
Yeah, if fire rod shows up right now, I'm gonna be laughing.
That would be darkly hilarious. Nope, big 300.
So yeah, the flippers, good find, but yeah, we're kind of still looking for that logic. So
Right.
Well, jmeasher could go to Swamp now, but doesn't have that small key out of Skull Woods yet.
So we would know that it's not ped locked if fire. We know that if Fire Rod is on ped, we know that the third pendant is not at Skullwoods.
jmeasher's giving us that eastern look to see what we did not see in Sphere 1 yet. So far, nothing really out of here.
Nope.
So in terms of Sphere 1, we still have the front of Hyrule Castle. So interestingly, if jmeasher wants to, he could go combo Hyrule Castle and Aga Tower right now. So I don't like doing Aga Tower without any kind of fire source.
No, it's the dark areas in Aga Tower. Just kind of a pain in the butt without a light source or a fire source. Technically,
Yeah,
it's just not fun. It's just not fun.
Aga Tower, you definitely need lamp to full clear it. I forget if the one chest that's in the dark room in Aga Tower can be just fire locked.
You know, I don't know that with the logic. We know it's not looking good for it being here.
Chat's saying no. The Aga Tower, the chest is lamp locked.
Good to know. Yeah, Eastern Palace here. Not super good. jmeasher's just gonna be like, I'm out.
But jmeasher's got options. You can go to the front of Hyrule Castle, got that mirror for Death Mountain, and you're gonna take the Death Mountain.
Yep. So yeah, this is all routable here. So Hera would be within logic, I believe, at this point.
Yep. Well, no, actually, we need.
No.
I thought did we split Hera big key? I guess not.
No, we don't have it.
Yeah, both. Neither tracker has it, so I'm gonna assume we don't have it.
Right. Of course, it could just be hiding out here somewhere on the mountain. As the other distinct possibility.
prdwong catches up with that Thieves Town clear. One of it tied with one dungeon cleared, both of it being Thieves Town.
Yep. Still kind of in the early exploration phase. We have a couple of breadcrumbs that are giving us an idea of where to go, but one of those things that not quite 100% certain yet. Could get some curveballs.
The answer was not there. So we're gonna head up here, mirror. Go check that. Go check that tablet.
So, question in the chat: how many more games in Group F? We got quite a few. Let me see here. We got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6 more.
Got a small key to Turtle Rock. That's not gonna really help right now.
Excellent. That is 6, including this one. So 5 more after this.
Yep, jmeasher's out. Can't do anything more in here.
So you would think, JP, at this point, you would be thinking, based on where we've checked, what's available, that there's hopefully something. Just piece of heart on a floating island, but you would be thinking that one of these chests as well inside Eastern Death Mountain has got to have something, whether it's in Paradox Cave or somewhere else. Spiral Cave doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Interesting that jmeasher is not doing Spiral Cave.
Yeah. Because you can do Spiral Cave, pop out the bottom, come back up, do Paradox Cave.
Right. Here's the big room if something's going to be here.
And we got 5 checks. What do we got? Bombos. Misery Mire Compass. Map to Hera.
2 more chances.
Piece of Heart. Yeah, the Skull Woods. Oh, goodness.
So I'm definitely going to go check that Spiral Cave now. And I'm starting to wonder, did you leave something behind in the front of Escape? Oh, good point in chat though. We got the book. That means there is checks in deserts.
Yeah, we do have the. Did we get the check for the Ether tablet?
Yeah, we.
Okay. I figured so, but I figured it's probably trash because we didn't mention it. So
I just think for deserts, jmeasher's got the. Oh, there's
there we go.
Okay, we're in logic now.
Hooray!
That doesn't open up a ton right now, but yeah, jmeasher's gonna go do Skullwoods now. That he's highly motivated to do Skullwoods.
Yep. prdwong going into Spiral Cave and picking up the Fire Rod as well.
So yeah, this for jmeasher, you full clear Skullwoods, and then you might just take a peek at the bed. And yeah, once jmeasher's done here too, he'll have that Swamp Small that would open the front of Swamp Palace. Now, you do have to be careful with your key usage here, because you don't have any Skullwood Smalls. I'm trying to think actually I don't know if you can... Okay, you can do this. You just have to kind of lock yourself in the back of the ends. So if here's what I'm thinking jmeasher's good. Actually, I'm trying to think of to my key usage here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can get everything. You just got to lock yourself in the back at the end.
Yeah, I think so.
prdwong is going to give us that front of escape check. Nothing at the end. Yeah, so jmeasher's running this the right way. You're gonna do the boss first. You can do your pet check, then you have to drop in. You have to do a couple chests in the front that you can get to without dropping. Then you have to drop into the back, lock yourself back there, but you can get the rest of the chests. And you have to do a safe quit. So Hammerstrat Moth, I believe jmeasher has a blue and a green, if needed. That is a crystal, first one.
Nice to find.
Let's see if we we're gonna get that mirror to head check. Just a heart container. We're gonna see the Dark Cross on prdwong's side. I don't think we saw anything in Hyrule-Cast. I think a couple
No.
small keys maybe, but that's it.
Yep.
Nope, you can't do that. So yeah, Jamie's just gonna jump, get this item, then he'll have to drop into the back, lock himself back there, but he can get the rest of the chests. And now, if you're Jamie, you're kind of, I gotta think you're looking at Swamp Palace.
Yeah, based on what you got, probably I would not be shocked if that's the case.
So you do also have you are kind of incentivized to do the front of Hyrule Castle now. He hasn't done the front or the back yet.
Yeah, a lot of question marks as far as, on jmeasher's side. We know this. We know all these things because we're blessed with the ability to actually see both of them plot through here, but each of those runners is kind of locked in their own little box with like half as much
Information.
information. It was like intel. I'm like making it all like super secret now. But yeah, they don't have as much information as we have, so it's gonna be
Chad was asking about the Desert Big that is on Catfish. Both of Jamie Shear's already checked Zora, so Catfish is a little out of the way for him.
Yeah, that's the thing about those early Zora checks is if Catfish does have something and you don't have the ability to just go check Catfish at the same time, it kind of becomes an orphaned check, and it becomes really difficult to figure out a good time to go back up there unless you get the mushroom turn in.
This might be Jamie Shear's best time. It looks like he's going to check the ledge here. We saw that was just a red rupee, I think. Got Graveyard Ledge you can check. And then from Graveyard Ledge, this is probably the closest you're going to be to Catfish for a long time.
Yeah, this is good while you're kind of reverse clockwise routing here, getting Graveyard Ledge. Usually King's Tomb is part of this too. Yeah, it's really this will be kind of be the last time that you're up here for a bit, so maybe we see it.
Yeah, at this point, I'm trying to think of the big thing would probably be Myths to open a lot more spots. Hookshot wouldn't really open that much at this point. Yeah, Myths would open a ton. That's probably the next thing we're going to see in terms of progression. prdwong's picked up those flippers and now has the same... Oh, no, Jamie Shear is not going to Catfish.
Ooh, we're gonna go do the backup escape.
So that's an advantage prdwong's going to have for a little bit here, is that Desert Big. And starting at Link's house, I have to think, yep, this looks like a swamp play.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense here. At least go in, check swamp, see if you find something important there. It'll be a bit longer of a clear though through swamp because you're gonna very likely want to open all of the chests instead of skipping left side. And actually, we're gonna get a couple quick checks here. It looks like Bombos will be
Yeah, Bombo's actually, yeah, jmeasher can do Bombo's tablet Agina into Desert Palace.
Yeah, also get some info on what's on the ledge too. Maybe there's something good up there. Nope.
So for jmeasher, he's only going to have 2 checks here, unless he decides to steal the key out of that. But even then,
yeah.
he might try to steal the key, especially if he finds nothing else. You could steal the key and then reset. Yeah, there's nothing here, really. Oh, he's going for it. That's why he did that. The small desert can be in desert, but if it wasn't there. You do need the small desert to logically clear it.
All right. So we are getting the Agina check now.
We did see this on prdwong's side.
Yes.
Including the 5. Interesting.
Is this pod clear?
It doesn't have the big key to pod.
No. Well, not clear, but maybe just... No?
And it could be pyramid to catfish.
Yeah. That's a distinct possibility.
Jimmy's just really trying to stay away from swamp right now.
It looks like prdwong is going to be like, nope, I am going to take that challenge.
No, he might be doing what jmeasher just did, which is Bombo's tablet into desert. He's a little more incentivized to do desert because he's got that big key.
Correct.
Oh, I said jmeasher's going to do the front of escape from here. So catfish even more isolated now. Well, yeah, jmeasher can do the front of escape and can go check both chests in Aga Tower. And well, prdwong with that desert big, gonna have. I'm expecting him to just go ahead and clear this right now. I mean, he'll have to leave the right side behind, but I expect him to just go ahead and get the crystal or pendant out of here. Alright, big chest of desert just has a map. Yeah, prdwong's gonna go for He's gonna go ahead and finish desert. As we said, it's not in logic, but you know you may never need to find that desert small anyway. So
Yeah.
especially if this ends up being a pendant, because then that desert small can just end up in GT. You know, jmeasher finishing up his game. Besides, he still has to go for Dark Cross. Alright, prdwong going for Landmo. Not enough magic to take out him with just Fire Rod, but should be able to do quite a good bit of damage. And got the 2 cycle.
Nicely done. He's the heart. And a crystal.
So the desert smells somewhere outside of GT. Alright, jmeasher giving us that castle tower check. This is the logic check. 8. You know, Spike Cave is logic.
That is true. Boy, it'd be great if there was something there. Just because I might be seeing prdwong go there as jmeasher is going up. prdwong's gonna. Nope.
jmeasher just gonna take Castle Tower out right now.
Mm-hmm. Getting that ether check in on prdwong's side, which we know ain't much else but bombs.
So this is probably the most complex room to get. You just got to get the Fire Rock shot off here, though.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah, because it's not a room probably that if you're a runner of this game. Oh, we're getting the Spike Cave check. prdwong doing it. Looks like setting up a death, looking the death warp as well. Oh, it's just bombs. Yeah, back to that agate tower room. It's not something that most of these runners are probably too practiced in because you're not always coming up here, so you don't have that consistent muscle memory to get through there because it's such a weird pattern too.
So, yeah, prdwong gonna go finish up Skull Woods, but it is really looking like that Hookless Swamp is the play. I don't know if there's anything else we haven't seen at this point.
I don't know. Yeah, I think chat's kind of figuring what we were saying here, that swamp play looking more and more and more like the call.
Well, let's see how many blue balls the runners will have to deal with today.
That's 3 in a row. Can we get one here? No. That's a clean first round there.
Will actually be nice.
Are we gonna get the 0 cycle?
We did.
Oh my goodness. You don't normally see that. I usually get at least 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to see the 0 cycle.
Right. But I'm sure if you're if you're playing this seed, you're probably really happy right now. You at least got something going your way.
And now here's the catfish check for
Okay.
jmeasher.
Yeah, I gotta pick up the Desert Palace. Big key here finally. But we'll say it is good to see him figure out how to get this routed in here. It's, I would say, quote unquote, a little bit of time lost, mostly from the screen transitions. We do have the boots, so that will make the walk a little less bad.
Right, I think we're finally gonna see a
Yes.
swamp play.
Right. And my suspicion is jmeasher probably will not be far behind on that, depending on if we see him go into Desert Palace to complete that.
Yeah, I could see him going for desert first. He seemed to want to avoid swamp until it's his last option.
Right. So we might see him go to 6. Yep. And prdwong is going to be going in to Swamp Palace. Hookshot less so. Unless we find the hookshot in here, not going to be completable, but we should, fingers crossed, we should get some kind of progression out of this.
Yes. Should be 6 checks right now.
Yes, because we are desperately running out of places to go check. We're very likely, I think, going to see the full clear, including the entire left side.
Yeah, even if you find progression, I'd be really surprised if you don't full clear this right now.
You know, you don't want to find progression, leave, and then leave something behind that's more progression. So, yeah, you want to make sure that, you know, you're limiting the amount of dives that you have to make into these dungeons, because they're time consuming, especially swamp. Swamp can be really bad if you leave left side and have to come back in and get left side. Yeah, that's a big time loss.
I feel like it is rare you see that switch hit anymore, but today you gotta hit it. We might be out of 300 packs by now.
Yeah, if we aren't, we're really close to it. Oh, it is going to be, it looks like left side. Whatever is hiding.
Mist is gonna open the most, but it could just be a key to something else we have to do.
Yep. Or say like, hey, it's the pod big key. There you go.
I don't think Pod Big, unfortunately, would do anything right now, logically.
Unless the progression item's in the pod big chest.
Well, even if it is, you need 6
Right.
more to get that. I
Right.
don't think it could be a Hierarchy.
That's probably even the better call on that, yeah.
Because
that
I
would
would that first, but
Yep.
but I'm honestly just expecting mid.
Ooh,
Or could it-
sure.
It could just be hookshot too. He hasn't checked the powder.
Yep.
He is really committed to not dipping swamp until he has no other options.
Alright. Since we don't have hookshot, we gotta do it. Now we do have hookshot.
Okay, that
It's
at
like-
least lets us finish this.
Yeah. It is the item from this dungeon. And small key to Skullwoods, which not very useful, but hey, it's this dungeon's item.
Well, that gives us 4 more checks. I don't think that does anything else at this point, but you do get 4 more checks out of it.
4 more checks and get to go to the back and probably beat the boss.
We should see some. Oh, you gotta go get the key.
Ooh, yes.
I have done that. I can't count how many times. I'm in the hook shot in the swamp, and you just try to go right for the back.
Yep, it's just a muscle memory thing because you're like, oh, okay, I can go now, and you're like, oh, wait, I don't have the key that I normally need to have. Oh, here we go. I think we're he's gonna set up the bomb version of the diver down right now. There we go. But that slime did not help. Here we go. Hey! Yeah, now we're on the bottom layer. Oh! I missed.
Alright, now a lot of stuff's up.
As the true progression. The hookshot is useless, so it's just all for the Titan's mitts. And I think jmeasher's kind of hand is forced here, so going to see him dive into Swamp Palace and find all these goodies too.
Yeah, prdwong's gonna come out of here with the goodies first, but jmeasher's also got 2 extra dungeon clears ahead of prdwong right now.
Right, so it's kind of 6 and 1.5, half a dozen and the other, depending on what you really want to prioritize. You want to prioritize doing checks and getting items, or is it, hey, I'll clear these dungeons while I'm here, but then I might be behind on some items kind of thing. And it'll be interesting because I don't think we're going to see, even though they're kind of still following the same path, we really won't see a convergence until probably late in the game, and then we'll start to get an idea of who's actually quote-unquote ahead.
But hey, there's that big key to pod you were talking about.
Oh! Well, looks like Swamp Palace had all the goodies there, JP.
So at this point, I'm kind of thinking what to do, but I think I'll think about that while I'm clearing out pod.
Yeah, my thought is, go to pod. You have the big key. Do it. But actually, might see prdwong might go do Skull Woods here.
Yeah, that's good too. Get another dungeon out of the way.
Yeah. Of course, jmeasher has not done it yet, so we'll probably see him go over to pod. I would not be surprised if that's the next move.
And Chad was talking about getting one more pod small. I do agree with that too. Get your 5th pod small so you can just finish it up all in one go. So I actually, after thinking about that, I probably would get I'd try to wait a little bit. But like I said, PRD won't do pretty good here, just getting another clear out of the way. The way he cleared it, he had to actually wait on this because he needed to collect 1 Skullwood small before he could do this. So logically, you need all 3.
We're approaching the 1 hour mark here in this race, and kind of seeing both runners each leading in respective areas. prdwong at the moment leading in items. It's about to even up shortly. jmeasher will be completing the Swamp Palace clear, but at the same time, while that's happening, jmeasher's completed a few more dungeons than prdwong, but that is also going to change here as we get Skull Woods completed on the right side.
Yeah, the big this is pretty even right now because like I said, prdwong's got the items advantage, but jmeasher's got that extra dungeon clear. And considering how long it's probably going to take jmeasher to finish this, it's probably about even right now. I feel I can hear the groan both of those runners had when they picked up that hook shot.
Yeah, it's a silly placement. It's not the most evil placement I have seen of the hook shot. I like to tell this story. There's one particularly bad place that I ran into in a past tournament match that I don't like to talk about because it hurts. Hopefully we got a pet check there from prdwong too.
Yep.
Oh, jmeasher doing the same thing. Muscle memory. Gotta get that key, friend.
Right. Not gonna see what desert is or what mire is just yet.
We are gonna get the shed check. And it's the magic mushroom and the heart container. Meanwhile, jmeasher setting up for diver down, about to get those mitts, and it is ether.
So no mire access just yet.
Nope. Checkerboard cave check though. And hey, June, thank you so much for the raid. Hi everybody. Welcome. Got ourselves a Group F all dungeons keys with boots matchup here between jmeasher and prdwong in the Elite Pass Randomizer Tournament. So glad to have you here for this Rando After Dark. And yeah, we're going to take you home here through the remainder of this run. We're about an hour in.
prdwong gonna go for Dark Death Mountain, which makes a lot of sense here because you don't really have a dungeon you can full clear. You could go to Ice Palace, but Ice Palace without the big key always feels a little disgusting, honestly.
It does, especially if you need that big key for something. Like Ice Palace Big Chest has something, and you really don't want to go back into that dungeon more than once. It's such a slog.
So I think to Dark Death Mountain, gonna go ahead and check. Gonna go ahead and check what Dark TR access is, and then probably go clear Hera.
Yeah, the Fred mail. That's welcome, not required, but a little bit less damage.
Now, as I say, I don't like the Ice Palace clear. I think jmeasher's gonna go to Ice Palace.
It is Quake, so Bombos is worth absolutely nothing at this point.
Not even getting the
No.
Rule of Fire here.
Nope. Hookshot Cave, though. Hey, Lantern. Hi, Lantern.
And my favorite part of the seed, guess that logic.
Indeed. Lantern being in the spot where the hookshot was one time for me, and I hated it.
Oh, yeah, if you aren't familiar with the rando as much. I mean, even if you are, you might hate that one.
No, I was aware that this was like a couple of years ago, and I was very aware that was a possibility, and I'd have to boot bonk across, and I last checked it, and yeah, it was not a pleasant time. But yeah, you can see jmeasher go in here in Ice Palace, and looks like prdwong also gonna be coming to Ice Palace.
Yeah. And we're seeing all the old tricks today. We didn't have hookshot, so we couldn't do the Specky Cliff and Swamp. And we have no Samaria, so that means we're gonna need to see a old-fashioned Ice Palace bomb gun.
Yeah. Good old IPPJ. And we don't have we can't do Icebreaker, so you don't always get to see this too much anymore. It's kind of cool to see. Nicely executed there from jmeasher. We should see prdwong do the same. Make it look really effortless.
So at this point, we're kind of just looking for big keys and stuff like that. We don't know what our last pendant is. It's not ice because we see that C in the corner.
Hey, is it Eastern Palace big key?
Nice. Now you can go combo pod Eastern if you want to.
Yep.
So you'd like to see that 5th.
Oh, Ice Rod. Nice. I was about to say, I hope that was Kina Samaria. I would have laughed so hard. And our big key, TR big key, but yeah, no Quake Medallion, so we can't go in there yet. And no Samaria either, but yes.
In terms of big keys, we really just need to see the GT big key at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Key-wise, we're actually in really good shape.
Yeah, we're still looking for Hera big key. That's kind of an important one to find. And like you said, JP, GT big key is gonna be another one that we're gonna want to look out for.
And items, we need both medallions, we need Samaria. That's really it for items.
Yep.
So, potentially 4 from no mode at this point?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see here if we've got some location where maybe something is in that Ice Palace big chest, and both runners gonna end up skipping it for now because they have to, and come back in here later. But yeah, we have a nice friend here. Say hello to. A little chilly, but hi Colt's there. And jmeasher gonna put him in the corner. Yeah, pretty good job. Using that fire rod to get a bunch of shots in, and just gotta finish up this last eye. Maybe one more hit. There we go.
You get temper for your troubles.
Yeah, that's a little mean. That would have helped out a little bit,
So, as much as I hate doing pod Eastern without that 5th pod, I think is what you do right.
Yeah, I feel like that's the smart money, and I think that's where jmeasher's going.
I might do Eastern first just in case I get the 5th pod, but... Well, actually, no, I think you could do pod if you're leaving the big key chest behind. You could do pod, and then do Eastern, and then if you happen to get a 5th pod small, go back into pod right then and there.
Yeah, blacksmith would be the other one, I think. And I see chat mentioning that as well as a possibility for an item.
Smith chain, yeah, it's 3 items at this point since they both checked the bat already, but that is a possibility too, yeah. Yeah, and both runners kind of had the same idea here. Do the pod Eastern combo. prdwong's got a little bit more overworld cleared. jmeasher is ahead on the dungeon counts. Oh, Chad pointing out we do have both 5-6 crystals.
As excellent observation. And that would open up Pyramid Fairy too.
I feel like that'd be more incentivized for prdwong versus jmeasher, since
Yeah.
prdwong hasn't been in the castle tower yet. jmeasher has.
I would concur on that. I think it makes a little more sense routing wise.
Yeah, jmeasher hasn't been to the mire area yet. Hasn't been up to Dark Death Mountain. So he's more incentivized to do those checks. Speaking of that, you see that jmeasher doesn't have that lamp. These rooms aren't too bad, especially with the fire rod when you get into this next room. Because as long as you know where the torch is, yep, you can do that. Now these rooms are not required with just the fire rod. You are logically need the lamp to do these. You need a boomerang for your troubles. And a crystal. Oh, prdwong going for bomb strats. Okay, hybrid bomb and hammer shots. We've got a raid coming in from SG2.
Hey, SG2, thank you so much.
Welcome to you. Just a quick update. We got a race here from Group F. About now, hour 10 in. These runners are in pretty good shape. They're pretty even right now. Yeah, like right now the difference really is that jmeasher's got an extra dungeon up. So prdwong's got a little more overworld clear.
Indeed, hope that you had a. Oh, there's Ether. Hi. I was gonna say, I hope that you had a good race on your end.
So yeah, Ether opens up the front of Mire, but without Samaria not clearable yet.
Yep.
Almost time. Another fight that's basically scripted as long as you know where to fire things. Oh, come on, Armos.
Green pendant, though. That will be a turn in.
So we've had a hook shot in Swamp and a bow in Eastern.
Candice Maria. Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to Meyer.
I don't know, JP. Something just in my gut was like, yeah, that's the pendant turn-in, isn't it? You get Ether, and then it's suddenly like, yeah, it would be really nice to have Kane right now, but yeah, sure enough, there it is.
So, I believe we're just looking for the Quake Medallion and the GT Big Key at this point.
Indeed, that is what we're down to. So we're going to see jmeasher go into Meyer, complete that. Do a big old full clear of this dungeon, looking for those aforementioned items. And then, oh, geez, I think probably given completed dungeons, I would say Turtle Rock next play.
If we find Quake.
Right. So, it's back up to the mountain because it's got to be either Hera or TR, depending on finding Quake or not. Because
we're gonna find something at some point. We're gonna find a Hera Big Key or the Quake Medallion.
Right. Something will get us to where we're going.
Because Quake Medallion could be in GT if TR's a pendant. But similarly, Hera Big Key could be in GT if Hera's the pendant. Or Meyer could just be the pendant. We need to still find stuff to clear both Hera and... Nope, there's the Hera Big.
Breadcrumb achieved.
So if TR is the pendant, that could be GT access. But here could be an interesting point in this race. prdwong going for the cutscene chest. Looks like jmeasher's not interested in that. Mushroom was checked. It was... I don't remember what it was both of. That's junk 2 in that chest. So jmeasher's gonna gonna gain a bit of time here. jmeasher still does not have that lamp. So, gonna take a little more time in these rooms because of that. Even if you know the routes, having that lamp's gonna save prdwong some time here.
Yeah, it's a little more easy to see where you get your correct placements for blocks and all that stuff, especially the very first switch you have to put the block on. It can be really difficult if you don't have it lined up just right.
But one thing that won't be difficult is this upcoming boss. Time to make him a pinfish.
Yeah, this will be with the silvers. Yeah, it's gonna be super quick. You're just gonna stand there and bye-bye.
So after that clear of Meyer, I'm thinking there's a really strong chance the Quake Medallion's going to be in GT. We could still have a mean chain here. You have to go into GT get Quake to go into TR to get the GT big key.
Oh yes, like just because we're getting close to the end here does not mean that the meanness of the seed is complete. You're still looking for Quake, so who knows?
prdwong did have a tougher fight there just because he only had 5 arrows. So jmeasher's going to have some mountain checks to do. Or he could just be thinking GT at this point and skip the mountain checks. Now, I think prdwong just did a map check and thought arrow was a crystal. So yeah, we're looking at a potential Quake hunt here. jmeasher hadn't seen that yet. That's why he was going straight for it, just in case he had the medallion.
Nope, but he knows now. He's still got to do. Well, still got to do all these checks. Hey, there you go, friend. Now you have the lantern.
These runners are going to be heading to Hera at about the same time. But I got to remember, jmeasher's got the castle tower clear already. prdwong still has to do that.
Yep, so that's kind of the, I guess you could say it's kind of the difference right now as far as time goes, but yeah.
So if these last 2 items are along the path, it's advantage jmeasher, but if one of them is like somewhere random out there, then this race is still way up in the air.
Yeah, prdwong gonna do the Harapot clip though. Trying to get it set up, is not cooperating right now. Got it though. Nope, it's not in the big chest.
Now, another interesting thing is if we see the GT big key pop up here shortly, before like they've had a chance to clear most of GT, then you've got a decision to make.
Yeah, and then you gotta start thinking, oh goodness, I'll have to double dip GT. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty quick Moldorm fight here, all things considered. We are way over geared for this fight compared to where we should be, so.
Nope, nothing new.
Yep.
Both of them have good fights, nothing new in Hera. So we're going to GT to do some basement checks.
Hey, thanks, Landabean. Thank you for reading. Welcome, everyone. You're here just in time to see both jmeasher and prdwong clear Tower of Hera, and now they're both going to do some checks here to Open up GT.
We are looking for 2 items, the Quake Medallion and the GT Big Key. I think if you get the Quake Medallion first, you leave and go do TR right away. If you get the GT Big Key first, though, you've got some decisions to make.
Yeah, I think if it's TR Big Key, or if it's Quake, then it's like, yeah, you know, go mode the heck out of this thing a little bit, maybe. But yeah, you're still looking for a GT Big Key, but yeah, you probably.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
In that case, if I get the Quake Medallion, I might just go do TR first, since there's really no difference between go mode TR and
Right.
normal TR.
Yeah, it's like it would basically be the 4 chests in the back. You know, as long as you have everything else you need to get through the dungeon. Boy.
Nothing there.
Nope. Right side's a bust. Going left. And the presumption is something is here.
It doesn't I mean, we're presuming something's here, but it doesn't have to be.
Correct. Presumption does not mean certainty.
This race could still come down to something in the overworld.
Right. It could literally come down to a check, you know, that one of these 2 runners makes, the other one does not make right away.
We have all 4 GT smalls, so pretty much everything that's not Big Key Lock is in logic right now in here.
Yep. Double fire bar, nope. Usually isn't, but maybe once in a while it'll throw you a bone. Yeah, it's so interesting that, you know, 125 in, they're in the same room. The only difference being that one of the runners has done AGA 1 and one of them has not.
Yeah, and the thing is, we could come out of this basement empty. And if that's the case...
Yeah, it's... The thing to keep in mind is we're running out of basement checks.
It's gonna be here.
No, bombs. No.
I was hoping for bombs in that last chest. That would have been
I was too. No. Stop the match. Reset the seed. We're going to do it again until all 4 of those chests are bombs.
We got 5 checks left down here.
Yep. Yeah, 1 coming up here, and the 3.
Oh, sorry, it's only 4 because we don't have the
Yeah,
sorry.
right. I was trying to do the math in my head too, but yeah, it's only 4. So this one, nope, and then the 3 behind the second Armos Knights fight.
Yeah, it's either here or are we gonna have to? Oh yeah, we do have 5. Sorry, title room. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Title room. No.
Good. Big
Yay!
key to this dungeon.
The big
Okay.
key to this dungeon. Okay. Alright, and for those who are playing along with the guessing game,
That would have been 20.
20, yeah. I had to do the math. I'm like, yeah, there's 1 more check.
Oh no, it would have been 21 actually.
21, yeah.
Okay, yep, you're good. Now it's time to climb.
Yep.
So now the question is Quake at the top, or
Quake's the title room.
that would be like there's a lot of mean places that Quake could still be.
There is, but I'm willing this into existence. It's entitlement. Like, I can't will it into existence. The seed's already been rolled. It's somewhere in here. The game knows where it is.
Oh,
We just
James, you skipped the big chest.
Yep.
And there's so many possibilities that can still happen in this seed. Like, prdwong, he might just go straight into Castle Tower after this if it's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'll probably do Castle Tower straight away either way. The question is, there's just so many possibilities still. Like, there's Smith Chain, there's Pyramid Fairy, there's Ice Palace Big Chest.
Yep, both runners in Gauntlet, both runners in the same room Gauntlet. If this were a go mode thing right now, it'd be like super exciting. But like the exciting part is like trying to figure out where this Quake medallion is, and we know it's not in Turtle Rock. That's about the only thing we know right now.
It basically can be anywhere except in Turtle Rock.
Yes. If it isn't Turtle Rock, we have much bigger problems. Yep. We are getting the most satisfying room in the game, part 1. Down the hallway, and here's part 2.
Oh, got the spike blocked.
We also know from prdwong's earlier check that it is not on pedestal, so
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they both checked bed, but either way, it
yeah,
can't be on bed anyway.
yeah, because it's pendant locked.
All right, here we go. Small key to Hyrule Castle.
No.
Small key to Hera would probably just increase your tension a little bit more here.
Yep. 2 more checks. 1 more check.
Just in case you didn't remember how many checks you've made in here.
Yes.
All right, will it be Mold Room 2 chest, or are we going to go on a hunt?
I have a feeling it's hunt time.
It's hunt time.
Yep.
So yeah, outside of GT, we've got Smith Chain, we've got Pyramid Fairy. Those are the big ones. We still have pending also
Tile room.
Big Chest. We have Tile Room in here. We've got the Hera basement, if we find the Hera small key.
And now it's time for your 5th grade geometry quiz that you didn't study for, and you're gonna have a nightmare about tonight.
We also have the desert small key somewhere out there that could also help hold it.
I think prdwong there with the it looked like with the 2211.
So for prdwong, I expect him to go right into Castle Tower. For jmeasher, I don't know what his next play is.
Yep, I think it's just a matter of you, jmeasher. You need to start thinking about what locations you've orphaned.
Yeah, jmeasher's morphed a lot more things.
Ooh, that's a possibility we forgot about. Mushroom turn-in.
Oh, we've seen Mushroom turn in on
Oh.
prdwong.
Oh, okay. Darn, I missed that then.
So basically, right now, jmeasher has his advantage time. Like, this is basically the time he's already spent clearing Castle Tower. So this is jmeasher's chance to find it. And I think he's going to go for Smith Chain.
Yep. Makes sense. You really don't want to have to commit to difficult to get to things without.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And one other thing to remember here in this Castle Tower it's a 0 blue ball aggro. So that means it's a little less time than usual.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hammer Pegs has a small key. You gotta pick it up.
It's the Turtle Rock small key.
If that was hair small, you'd groan.
Alright, Smith Chain. What do we got in the Smith Chain?
A small key.
Uh-oh.
It's a desert.
Yep. Keep seeing those small keys and just like heart palpitations every time. Alright. It's chest time. He's gonna go to 7 and turn chest in. Is this Quake? Is it on the purple chest? Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Alright, 1 hour, 35 minutes in about 35 seconds, jmeasher has entered go mode and is on the way to TR. This is the last dungeon to clear. And prdwong now also having TR left to clear, but has to go get the...
He's going for Pyramid Fairy.
Oh. Yeah, we know it's not the right call, but I can't blame him for looking there. And there it is. Into TR we go.
Just a quick reminder on the standings of this group. prdwong's 2-2 coming into this match. Tito's is 2-2. Chimo's 1-0, and jmeasher is 1-2. So this is gonna, if this holds, jmeasher's gonna pick up his second win here in the group. This group is potentially headed for some chaos in this weekend.
Oh yeah. This could shake things up quite a bit. And we do know that Chimo's got a lot of matches to play this weekend, so very much needed. If you're jmeasher and you do win this thing, is very much needed just to kind of right the ship a little bit here. Go from 1-2 to 2-2, and just kind of get yourself back in contention here.
I don't know if the 3-3 four-way tie is possible, but I'm sure people will root for it if it is. Yeah, prdwong realizing he's got to still pick up small keys.
Yeah, so we're going to see prdwong good to go mode as well here. And just a moment, jmeasher, though, already on the way to take care of Trinex, so the window of opportunity really kind of it has been closing here for a little bit, but this is the last dungeon jmeasher needs, so nice job there taking care of the firehead there. Target that phase 2 should be a pretty quick cleanup here. There we go.
Just gotta grab the pendant, save and quit, and you can fall into Ganon. Now, prdwong took the plate. There was a hair small just for good measure. Since you've killed Aga, you save and quit, and you get put right on the pyramid.
And there we go. Well, thank you again for reminding us to have some whole grade products.
We've got a slightly bad spawn there, so you're going to get an awkward spot for Ganon in
Yeah.
phase 2.
jmeasher looking good though.
No, not going to get the one-on-one.
Didn't got. I think he got close, but yeah, it didn't quite.
I believe that if you're standing in a specific spot when Ganon warps there, he kind of has an issue and
Yeah.
doesn't spawn right. Yep, phase 3, we've got silvers for phase 4.
And getting the warps. There we go. And oh no, silver is one true weakness. Whatever will we do? Ooh. Nicely done though with the torch glitch. Sniped it from distance. And all he's got to do is walk across that bridge. And we're going to be looking at the jmeasher victory here. Alright, yes indeed. GG's in. Get your GG's in chat here for jmeasher official race time.gg time of 1:41 to 51. And I think with that, prdwong's going to say GG. Good run. Yeah, we'll see if we can get everybody in here. Yeah, what a race! Wow, there's some definite nastiness with where everything was placed. I believe we have jmeasher in here now, so GG's, good run.
Thank you, GG's.
How you feeling today? How you feeling after that? I guess
better than yesterday or the few days ago, our first race. Yeah, I felt like my execution was good. I felt like my check efficiency was really good. I was doing a lot of checks because, yeah, there were some pretty nasty item locations there.
yeah, that there was. I guess how were you feeling when you kind of went through all of GT there and you popped out the other side and it was like, okay, cool. I don't have Quake.
Yeah, I mean, it was annoying, but at the same time, I really didn't have much left. There were some pretty awful ones, like the Ice Palace Big Chest, assuming the big key for that showed up. But yeah, I knew that there wasn't much left, so like it wasn't going to take me that much longer. And it really, at that point, then it all came down to, how did prdwong do? Like, did he get Quake early? Did he do Smith Chain? So kind of out of my hands at that point. I was just trying to get as much done as quickly as possible after GT.
Cool. Was there ever any worry or thought that maybe that Quake was hiding out in Tile Room? Was that ever something that kind of crossed your mind, or were you just like, I don't want to go back in there. I don't want to touch that?
Yeah, I was kicking myself because I immediately mirrored after getting that GT big key. And then I started hitting. I was like, wait, there's a perfectly good big chest that was like 2 rooms away. I was gonna be really mad at myself if it was there, but definitely not Tile Room. Like, if it ends up being there, then so be it. It'll probably be the last thing I do. But yeah, I was definitely thinking about that heading up GT. I mean, statistically, it was unlikely. So I felt the correct play, but it's always in the back of your mind.
Cool. Any questions or anything you wanted to talk about, JP, with regards to the race or the tournament?
I'm just watching your race here. It looked like you were very opposed to Swamp Palace for the longest time. I think you were doing a lot of single checks before finally committing to Swamp.
Yeah.
Any reason for that?
I hate hookless Swamp. I always have. I hate it more now that Spec Eclipse a thing. I was actually thinking about dipping in there after I got Quake, or not Quake, sorry, Bombos tablet. But then I got the Desert Big Key, so I was like, oh well, forget Swamp. And then after that, I kind of just committed to hoping that the worst case scenario wouldn't happen, and of course it did. But yeah, I really despise doing that dungeon without hookshot. It's awful.
Yeah, I think at that point, coming out of Swamp was pretty even because PRD came out of Swamp first, but at that point you had the Castle Tower clear done. So for a little bit, that was the difference. Like, it was pretty even beyond that. I think you did some extra skips, which helped you out. Because I know you didn't go for Meyer bait or Meyer cutscene chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was a couple of your skips that really ended up helping.
Yeah, I think at that point, I think I was GT Big Key, and I hadn't checked TR yet, but I knew it was GT Big Key and potentially Quake from Go mode. So it's kind of at that point, like 80 keys, you kind of have to be. You definitely have to be more thorough than you have to do in like open. But once you kind of get to the end, you have to really weigh, like, am I going to spend all that time for one check in Meyer when potentially like the whole of GT could have what I need? So yeah, I felt like I was trying to be as judicious as possible with those skips at the end, especially because I had done so much of the rest of the map to that point.
Yeah, that's fair. So, saw a little bit of your talk in the chat afterwards, but this group still really up in the air. We don't really know what's going on with this group right now. It looks like you guys have a better handle on it, though.
I mean, as good as a handle as we could. It's anybody's ball game at this point. I think literally all 4 of us are still alive. I split with prdwong, split with Tito's, so got 2 more races coming up with Chimo, and that'll decide a lot. But yeah, it's the main tournament. It's always going to be a battle in these groups. So yeah, hopefully the last 2 races go my way.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, we'll see how they go, because we'll probably be seeing some of your group's races this weekend as we finish up the group stage. So yeah, GGD again.
Thank you,
Indeed.
guys.
And of course, make sure to follow jmeasher and prdwong because they're not done yet. They got some more matches coming up this weekend for Group F. Like we said, group's kind of been shaken up a little bit now. There's a lot to go, and who knows how this is all going to play out in the end. It's going to be some good matches. We had a good race tonight. I'm sure with everyone in this group and everyone in this tournament, we had a lot more good matches going on this weekend. So, yeah, definitely make sure to give them a follow. And of course, couldn't have done any of this without our wonderful trackers. Lyra, Nochibato, thank you so much for pushing all the buttons in this wonderful race. Wonderful to have you. And of course, JP, thanks as always for commentating with me. Always a pleasure working with you, my man.
Good working with you as well.
Yes, indeed. And of course, make sure, because we have all these tournament matches coming up this weekend, make sure that you follow the SpeedGaming family of channels, which is SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6, as well as on the off chance we have a bajillion matches to get back on stream, the ALTTP randomizer channels, which I believe are ALTTP randomizer through ALTTP randomizer, I think 5 now. They don't always get used, but it's good to have those around just in case we happen to have a lot of matches we're gonna rebroadcast on a certain day. But yeah, thanks of course as always, everybody. JP, anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
If you're looking for more action, we start tomorrow at 9:40 Eastern on SpeedGaming 1 with a match between Madcap and F Coughlin, and that'll start off a pretty packed day of matches. So we'll see you then tomorrow.
Yep, remember, someone out there loves you. We love you too. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Have a good night's sleep, and we'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow.